What's up everybody, it's your boy Duplays here, back with some more GTA 6 videos for you guys. So today we're checking out what console should you buy for GTA 6. Now before we get into this, don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all of that good stuff. Follow my socials, TikTok, Instagram, and Discord. They'll be in the description so I can get more views, likes, comments, share, subscribers, money, cloud, fame. And I can feel superior to everybody else and stop living this shit existence. With that being said, let's get
We
into
know
it.
that in a year's time, GTA 6 will be in our hands getting played. There's just one small problem. If you're someone like me, you don't own a console. The main reason for me, at least, being that I switched to PC back in 2010 and I've never really looked back. However, in
Look back,
2013, I
yeah,
had to
I
make
had
the
a feeling you'd say
sacrifice and
that.
pick up a PS3 to play through this small game, I don't know if you've heard of it, called GTA 5. 12 years later,
It's
I
not a small
find
game.
myself in the same predicament. But back in 2013, things were a bit more simple. We had a PS3 and an Xbox 360. Now, in the year 2025, we have some of the most confusing and backward-ass names of consoles I've ever seen.
Wow, I hate this!
So it got me pondering and trying to understand which console would be the best fit for the biggest gaming experience of my life so far. So, if you are in a similar boat to me and genuinely trying to make heads or tails of which console to buy, why don't you come on a little journey with me whilst we discover which console you should buy for GTA 6? Now, before we begin, I want to stress something. One, I am a PC gamer and will remain a PC gamer. I am simply being shafted by Rockstar, releasing only on PS5 and Xbox day one.
Yeah, same here. They're basically forcing your hand, and it's GTA 6, so you have to kind of, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Submit, comply,
If I
give
had
in.
my
Yeah.
way, I'd play on PC day one, and the second I can, I'll switch back to PC, which leads me on to point two.
Yep.
I have no loyalty either way. I grew up with the PS1, I enjoyed the shit out of the PS2 until it died on me, at which point I
Just
picked up an
PS3 for
Xbox
me.
and I wanted to play Halo, and then Xbox 360. After I got more into computers, I sold my Xbox 360 that I played GTA 4 on, and then, like I said, I ended up in 2013 picking up a PlayStation 3 to play GTA 5. I have literally zigzagged between both, and quite honestly, I have no care for either. Both are just a consumer product, and me, as a consumer, I want the best
A means
experience
to
money
play what
can
you
buy.
want.
So, with that out and clear, performances between the four consoles, comparing both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S, and then the PlayStation 5 Pro and the Xbox Series X. Ultimately coming to some conclusion on what would be the best experience and value for money. Okay, so PS5 base and Xbox Series S. I just want to start off by saying I don't know who the hell's been naming Xbox's consoles for the last 10 years, but they need to be fired. This research alone was so much more damn confusing by the name of these friggin' consoles than anything else. But anyway, performance between the two models. Here are the specs for both.
Alright, so the CPUs are basically on par, and it was the same situation with the Xbox One and PS4. Again, the Xbox has a slight edge, you can tell from the CPU clock. I'm guessing SMT is simultaneous multi-threading, but I mean it's a modern CPU. It's kind of supposed to have that. Oh wait, no, this is the S and not the X. My bad. This is the weaker one. So this doesn't compare to the PS5 at all. Look at the vast difference in the GPU performance. Literally more than double. Probably like what, 2.5? Yeah, 2.5. A little over 2.5 because it's 0.3 teraflops. 6 gigabytes of RAM. It literally has double the RAM bandwidth. That really matters. Memory bandwidth is another huge thing. That CPU performance and the GPU performance. Obviously, I think the GPU would be the most important thing because it's gaming, it's rendering a 3D world and all of that. So the GPU is like top one. I'm not really paying attention to everything else. The SSD speeds really matter as well. 2.4 gigabytes per second. That's a lot. compared to other consoles. But obviously, we know the PS5's SSD is the fastest. All right, I won't go off too much. I'll stop now.
Yep, I understand all of these words totally. Yes, absolutely. You know, despite building and fixing computers for years, even I struggle to get my head around the lingo used on console
understand exactly what I'm
architecture.
seeing.
It's completely baffling, but here's the most easy way to explain
Also, I'm just realizing, even though the S is the lesser console, it has a higher bit than the 5, which is interesting to me. I didn't notice that. That's
This
unexpected.
console on paper is better than this one. Simple, theoretical. This console
Yeah,
should
it is.
have more raw power than this one. If the numbers are straight up correct, then that's all we need to know. For the price differences, these are roughly
I
around
understand
the
what I'm looking
differences
at,
in
though,
speeds I
so-
would kind of expect. It's not great, but it's
the
not
heck?
the worst. And I've got regionalizations for how much that is in America and other places too, which you're seeing on screen right now. You're welcome. Prices have also increased in the last couple of months as well, possibly in part because of everything going on in the world, but I'm not an economist, so I have no idea. So yeah, PS5 in my opinion comes out on top here. Despite the price hike, I still think it's worth it over the Series S. Let's step up to the PlayStation 5 Pro and the Xbox Series X. Before we do, I'm just going to remind
doing a
you
comparison
there's
between
a
those two.
like and subscribe button just down there begging you to click on it. Oh yeah, it's begging all right. Go ahead and click on it. I won't tell anyone. Did you click it? Slut. Anyway, where were we? Ah yes, the PlayStation 5 Pro and the Xbox Series X. The specs for both of these are this. Once again, the
Alright, I'm not gonna stay too long. Also, I didn't know the clock speed could go that high on the X. 16.7, 12.155. Oh, those are GPU clocks. Alright, they didn't list a CPU clock for this, for the 5 Pro, which is what I'm planning to get by the end of June. I mean July. 16 gigs, and they actually added 2 gigabytes of DDR5. Interesting. I didn't realize there was 2 different speeds for the 2 splits of RAM. So this 10 gig runs at, I'm guessing all of this is for the games, because then why else would you have 10 and 60 split? But I'm also thinking, does the OS really need 6 gigs of RAM? It's a console OS, it should be a lot more lightweight than Windows. Yeah, but pretty much the only thing I'm paying attention to mostly CPU and GPU and the RAM. So yeah, 2 terabytes is the bare minimum. One is just not
PS5
enough
Pro
anymore.
takes the
It's
lead
not.
here, but honestly, there is some places that the Xbox kind of does win some brownie points. It's not many, but honestly, the differences here are not that huge, as you might think. I'll be straight up and say yes, the PS5 Pro does clear the Xbox Series X, however, there is a price difference attached to this performance. The Xbox Series X is going to run you around about 500 quid, or whatever regionally is on the screen right now. And the PS5 Pro will cost you in the ballpark of around £700, or regionally, whatever is on the screen right now. Holy hell, did we get screwed in the UK on that pricing. I think where you live has to come into play here as well. Obviously, the prices are high, but they are in line, sadly, with the performance that Pro can put out. Is it great news? No.
I can't even argue
it's the
about it.
real and
It's
honest fact that the performance
pretty good
bump
performance
will
for a
cost
console.
you in the region of that much. But honestly, if you don't have the extra to be spending on the PS5 Pro, the Xbox Series
Just get
X
the
will
regular
perform
model.
fantastically. I would say with all 4 consoles, the main things are Rockstar will optimize to the best of their ability for the console hardware. Once again, GTA 5 ran on an Xbox 360 and a PS3, and Red Dead Redemption 2 ran on a PS4 and Xbox One. It 100% did push the system to its limits, but it did run just fine. On top of that, Rockstar very boldly did come out and say the PS5 was used for all of the in-game footage present in trailer too, which is
The
a
regular
pretty solid
PS5.
seal of approval for how good the PS5 is handling it. Now, for the best experience, do you want to pick
Yep.
up a Series X or a purely spec-based opinion, the PS5 Pro, for the best possible experience you can have with Grand Theft Auto 6? For me, there is just one main deciding factor, and that comes down to the PS5 Pro's additional bump, and it being the newest, in quotations, console to the market. Yes, it is just the upgraded version of the PS5.
I think the Pro is definitely the way to go. I don't. It would be nice, but I don't think they're gonna do like a enhanced, maybe a 40 FPS mode for Pro. I don't think they will, even though I think they theoretically probably could. I don't know if the game is pushing it. More than likely is though. It's probably pushing the CPU all the way to the max. Well, there has to be some headroom for online because 96 players is sounding like what they want to include,
But in the
so that's
same
gonna be a
way
lot.
as when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes to PC, all I really will be doing is upgrading a GPU or a CPU for the game to run the best it can. I know upgrade the same way as when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes to PC, all I really will be doing is upgrading a GPU or a CPU for the game to run the best it can. I know I can't just upgrade the console myself, but in a way that's what Sony did bring to the table with the PS5 Pro. I'm not saying the Xbox Series X is a lesser experience because honestly these hardware breakdowns are not that far off. But for someone like me who wants the absolute best experience money can buy, the PS5 Pro is a no-brainer. Ultimately, it's down to you and your budget. If you can spring for the PS5 Pro, go for it. If you can afford the Xbox Series X, then that will be a great time as well. But if you can only afford an Xbox Series S or a PS5 base, then that's okay. The game will be purposefully spec'd to match the hardware of the lowest console. That's the way Rockstar has worked for the past 15 years. Red Dead 2 ran just great on a PS4, which, let's be honest and not beat around the bush here, was kind of on its deathbed spec-wise when Red Dead 2 launched. The biggest takeaway I think you should come to is when do I want to play GTA 6? If you're happy to wait and don't mind missing out on all the excitement next May will bring, wait for PC. If you're already a PC gamer with some behemoth machine ready to run this shit out of the gates, then great, hold on and wait. But if you're like me, and even with that PC sat there, you find yourself thinking, yeah, I just can't wait anymore, then I think that's your deciding factor. And I mean, look, honestly, after the console version has released and we come up to the PC launch, you could always just sell the console anyway. If you have no need for it and don't want to play anything on it after that, you'll still be able to recoup back a hell of a lot of money on it, and Rockstar have always been really good about carrying over progression between platforms, so you won't lose out on much. Regardless of what you decide, make the decision that's best for you. I personally will be picking up a PlayStation 5 Pro, but how
that's
about
what
you
I'm planning
guys?
to do as well.
What are you picking up? Is it a new console, or do you already have one you're planning to play it on? Let me know, because I love knowing what you guys are doing too. This is a shared experience, we're all here together. Also, this is the first midweek video in between the main series of GTA videos each week. I don't know if there'll be one every week. It's kind of dependent on time and how much work I have on, but hopefully you guys enjoy it and I'll try to get more out. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all on Sunday for another main video. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you're new, and I'll see you then. Take care.
Alright guys, that was what console should you buy for GTA 6. Like I already said twice during the course of the video, I'm gonna get the PS5 Pro. That's the best option. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.